Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50/50. Tickets are on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Push the weight and now flex alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Absolutely. Just want to change it up a little bit. Actually, let's do this. Let's do that. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Come on in, smash the like button, like and share the video. This is Simian Saturday, episode number 4. Don't know how long I'll be doing these, but when something bothers me and a knuckle dragger is the reason for it, I decide to discuss it. So, let's give this knuckle dragger some attention this morning. Bumpy knuckles right here. Mad calluses on the front of his hands and stuff. So. Yeah. I'll be talking about y'all favorite 8. Tonka Truck Davis. I'm just gonna make a point. So I got Canelo here laughing. And Tonka Truck grinning like the super ape he is. Canelo's legacy is defined. And Tank's legacy is slime. And the question I have is pretty much when these two dudes hang it up, who's going to be remembered and celebrated more and why? I heard the question. Who's going to be celebrated more and why? So here I go again, having to explain that, Tank, you can't do what other people do. Nobody told you that? Nobody told you that. That's all right. And what you did on the Twitter the other day, not cool, dude. I mean, do all of that, and while you're at it, drop a date when you're fighting Lamont Roach, if you're going to do that. I mean, come on. You just talking. Let's do this roll call real quick. Audacity Podcast, Brother Reef, Dragon Fang, Tay Tay, good morning. Dow, Derek Gaines, the legend. Syriac, T Hunt, Joe, what's going on? Aaron Butler, Mac of the South. Lock up the puppy, salute. J Bean, Houston in the building, salute. Trill Will, my brother. Aaron, Big Blackwell. So my question is, who's going to be remembered? Prolific, what up? Who's going to be remembered for their career? Sam Max, salute. I mean, when Canelo finally says, you know what, I'm done, I did everything, I'm good. I guarantee, let's say he retires in 2026. Canelo retires in 2026. Hulk, what up? Rod Neal, salute. If Canelo retires in 2026, he's going to the Hall of Fame in 2028. You got to be retired for at least 2 years. You know how I know? Tim Bradley's there. He was retired for how long before they put him in there? They put him in there kind of fast, in my opinion. And, I ain't got a problem with it. Whatever. 88 Sports Talk, salute. I ain't got no problem with it. I really don't. Put him in there. I don't. So what makes you think Canelo's not going to be there exactly 24 months after he retires? Because when he hangs it up, they're going to spend 2 years talking about how great he was. They're not going to mention the Benavidez if he don't fight him. I don't know. Maybe he might pull a hat trick and say, this is my last fight. I was born ready, and I'm going to fight Benavidez. But as it stands right now, nobody's talking about that. He said what he said. He ducked him. He ducked him out loud. And his fans don't even speak on it. He popped dirty. His fans don't even speak on it. He will be in the Hall of Fame. And no one speaks on it. Hey, Tonka Tank, you can't do what he does. First of all, you left too much dinner on your plate. Didn't eat your vegetables. Matter of fact, you that badass kid that'd rather go out and play than eat your food. You left your protein there, you left your carbs there, and you left your goddamn veggies. You left Lomo on the plate. Just left it. I don't want to eat it. I ain't going to eat it. And then when you double back and tried to say, I tried to eat it, Mom. I tried to eat it, and what happened? Oh, it was no good. Meaning Loma was spoiled already. Loma was injured, man. He was 5 years older. And he's like, man, I ain't doing this now. I'm good. My brother Trick Nolte in the building. Salute. He says, salute this morning, Drew. Chad, good morning, too. Salute to you, good brother. Much love. Yes, sir. We got to get Brian Norman Sr. back. I know he got a lot to say. Justifiably so. J. Bean says, Skull, Bud, Eubanks, Shiraz. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to try and get that Eubanks in the UK. And Shiraz, if he beats Malanga. True boxing night, salute. I don't know, but none of those fights are fights that I want. Everybody wants David Benavidez. He said no. He can't make him do anything. And no one's... And bro, I'm telling you, he will be in the Hall of Fame in our lifetime. He'll hang it up. 24 months from there, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, and everyone will be talking about what he did. But, when you're running, when you're going out for a jog, you're supposed to be sprinting your last maybe 100 yards or whatever. Escalate that heart rate as much as you can, right? You're supposed to do that. But my point this morning is that no one's gonna hold Canelo's feet to the flames. And when Tonka Tank Abdul Wahid, remember that? Remember when he was called Abdul Wahid? Yeah. When he hangs it up, all they're gonna do, when I say they, I'm talking about the media, it's gonna be those big wigs. It's gonna be Dan Raphael. It's gonna be Steve Kung Fu Kim. It's gonna be Mike Cappinger. They're gonna have panels talking about how good was Tank Davis. Then they're gonna talk about who he could have beaten back in the day at 140, 147. They're gonna be like, oh, could he have beaten Aaron Pryor? Could he have beaten a young Manny Pat? And everyone's gonna say no. And then that's gonna spill into what he did not do while he was active. What he did not do at 135. Well, he never did get the Devin Haney fight. And at this point, if y'all want to blame Devin or blame Shakur or blame Loma, it's going to be irrelevant because it was never done. And then those guys are going to say, well, you know, he was the money man. He could have made those fights, and the conversation's going to be over. And you can run to these Tank channels that stick up for him and everything he does, and they could spin and bend and twist and word salad you. What did I tell you? It's not going to matter because he never got it done. If you're the A side, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Fighting your contemporaries becomes your burden. This man said, Lamont Roach, we didn't ask for that. He failed. When I say he failed, that means he didn't win. It's a draw. Now he's fighting him again. We didn't ask for that either. But now we're curious as to what happened. So now he has to take care of that. We don't even know if he's going to take care of that. How about this? We don't even know when he's going to take care of that. We don't know when. Is that fair? And now stop right here. Have I lied on this kid yet? No. He got a lot of food on his plate. All I said was if you beat everybody, beat him. That's all I said. Cat's going to come in here mad at me today. And I say, yo, look, you can get mad at me all you want. Tell me when I lie on this kid. Don't word salad me. Don't bend and twist anything. Why hasn't he, the A side, got it done? That's all I want to know. You want to be fair about it? I don't know if he beats Devin. I don't know if he beats Lamont Roach in the rematch. I don't know if he beats Lomachenko. I don't know if he beats Shakur. All I said was, well, shit, show me. That's all I said, and that's where it started. What do you mean, show me? Well, Devin's running, and Bill be capping, and Shakur's his friend, but not quite, and Loma, he was running, and shut up, bro. All Tank got to do is say, make the fight. Leonard, contact that team. Make the fight. Oh, well, Loma ran the last time. Yeah, he did. He ducked. But explain the previous 4 years. Please, be my guest. Because I know I heard Floyd Mayweather use Loma as a threat. It's time. Remember we was running around all year long? Made a joke out of it, right? It's time. We was like, whoa, what's that? Is Floyd really threatening Tank with a Loma fight? I've never seen that before. Well, you know what? They never fought. Look, man, you can like Tank for whatever your reasons are. All I'm saying is, if he's the best, prove it. I don't know. I don't get it. Why is that wrong? When this kid hangs it up, and let me go on record by saying this. I hope Tank retires with hundreds of $millions in his bank. And he could take care of those babies and not have a financial care in the world. Okay? Now that we've gotten that out the way, as a supporter of the sport of boxing, I want to see this kid test his mettle, improve, now listen carefully, or at least attempt to prove he's the best. Lost with real Baltimore. Salute. Delano, what up? Real Baltimore. Just prove it, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. That's what all of this is. And when I start lashing out, it's really not him. It's his fan base. This is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Hold on. You're mad at me because I want him to fight the people who are all around his age group and he's a knockout artist. And, okay, fine, do it. Listen, the Spawn footage wouldn't have been a big deal if the Fanatics didn't make it a big deal. Big Joe Townsend, salute. If the Fanatics didn't make it a big deal. Look, man, I know sparring is sparring. People get older. Things are different. I understand. But when an edited clip of the sparring footage came out, courtesy of Floyd Mayweather, and y'all ran with that, I'm like, nah, that's not. Y'all don't know the story behind this? Y'all can't see it's edited? Y'all remember that? Y'all run around with that for like 2 or 3 weeks? Queen Cameron Field, salute. Y'all remember that? Brother Reef in the building. I'm like, wait a minute, why y'all running with the spawn footage? Because, you know, that don't matter. I said it's edited, but y'all know that don't matter because Bill won the bet. I think there was, what, $5,000 or something? And Bill won the bet. AB getting there, yeah, he was about to get cooked, and I jumped in there, and no, you got to save that boy. And they told AB, get your drunk ass out the ring. They're working here. And the fight continued. AB with the premature stoppage attempt. Main biker, salute. It was like, man, get your ass out. They continue. It was doghouse rules, meaning no rounds or nothing. You fight till you quit. And the story that we all heard was Bill won the bet. Means Tank quit. And then you find out that's not the first time Tank got his ass beat. And wasn't Dev a kid when that happened? Dev was a kid when that happened. Elijah Pierce was a kid when that happened. I just had Brian Norman Sr. 2 weeks ago on my show. He said, yeah, my son whooped his ass. Go back and watch it. I said, ooh. So Tank has a history of getting serviced in the ring, in sparring. So the last thing y'all should have did was run with that sparring footage. Y'all should have left that alone. Because then when Floyd had it out with Tank, the real footage came out. And then y'all got quiet. You see, you put this kid on the pedestal, that's fine. All I'm saying is prove your mettle. That's it. And then y'all tell me what Tank don't have to do. All right, fine. Tank and Canelo are fighting in the same time period. When these men hang it up, because Tank's talking about hanging it up, right? He told us he was going to hang it up at the end of this year. Him and Al Heyman, those are the exact words. We're going to hang it up, and we're going to ride off to the sunset and blah, 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 blah. Mind you, he lied to y'all about the 7-fight deal worth an uncanny amount of money. Biggest deal, bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Remember that? With Prime. And I said, okay, who are the 7 fights? Remember what I said? I didn't come out the gate saying, yo, he lying. I didn't do that. I said, okay, well, who are the 7 fights? That's all I said. And I said, okay, 7 of them got to be Devin, got to be Shakur, got to be Loma. I don't care if it's a Ryan rematch. Those are 4 fights. Who else? Showtime Major, salute. Stephen X, salute. Salute to Lock Up the Puppies in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much, good brother. Thank you. Lock Up the Puppies. So this is all I'm saying. When this guy hangs it up, I can't wait to see how real media reviews Tank. And I'm willing to bet when they're done assessing him, because it's not going to take long. It's not going to be like a hour-long panel. Now listen, y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. They ain't de-blowing Tank right now. But let me ask y'all a question. What do you think a panel with these old media peers is going to look like when they're reviewing Tank's career after he hangs it up? Let's say Tank, I don't know, all right, he fights Lamont Roach. Let's say he wins. Let's say he knocks out Lamont Roach. Let's say he flatlines him in 6 rounds. Let's say he does that. All right. His next fight is Jake Paul, because that's what he said. That's what he said. That's what we learned. Never mind what he said. That's what we learned. We can add and subtract He said my opponent was in my locker room. We was like, well, shit. Was it Shakur in the locker room? Is it Shakur? No, it was Jake Paul. And then Jake Paul said the Canelo fight fell through and the Tank Davis fight fell through. So big-ass Jake Paul was going to beat on little-ass Tank Davis. And I don't care what y'all say. Jake Paul can fight. He's not a ranked fighter. Like real ranked fighters will, in his weight class, will destroy him. He's doing these what I call celebrity fights. And at the end of the day, he's at minimum a cruiserweight, and he's fighting Tank Davis. It doesn't match. It's ridiculous. And I think he's going to make a statement. Like, he's going to try and beat on Tank. They can have an agreement like we ain't going to knock each other out. But I think, he's going to be on some oops. I didn't mean to hit him that hard. And at the end of the day, Tank's a small dude. And Jake Paul's a regular-sized grown-ass man. But, hen dog, he'll never fight. Jao Patai will put Jake Paul in the hospital, bro. And if y'all listen to Jake Paul talk, you know his speech is slurred, right? That's from excessive sparring in the gym. This is what me and Stormy be talking about, man. Listen to him talk. His speech is slurred. His speech is slurred. Delano says, how many times Mayweather retired and came back? Tank not going nowhere. Well, that's on him. Because Tank is another person I don't like how he sounds when he talks. Because he's had a lot of gym wars. Devin Haney, Brian Norman, Elijah Pierce, and God knows who else. He's had a lot of gym wars. That's why he's talking crazy. It's more than his lack of education. I'm not being funny. This shit catches up with you. James Toney. You look at it and you're like, man, why he talk like that? Whenever I saw him, he did get hit, but not that much. That's because all he did was spar in the gym. If you were to put a number behind sparring sessions with James Toney in his life, I'm going to tell you he probably has over 1 million rounds. And I'm not exaggerating. 1 million. He's obviously been hit. We just haven't seen it. At least not on a pro level. He's been touched up in the pro level, but not to the point where it's like, wow, why he talking crazy? No, that's gym work. And I hear it in Tank. I hear it in Jake Paul. I was standing there talking to Shane Mosley. I was talking with him, and in my mind, I'm like, the brother didn't sound like this 15 years ago. That's just the game, man. That's just the game. And this is what these brothers sign up for. So I respect all the warriors. But being that you chose to do this, at least give me what I want as a consumer. Yeah, Riddick Bowe, ridiculous. Bro, it's crazy. I heard about that, JB. I heard about that. I wonder if there's footage of that. Probably not, but I heard about that. So Tank has seen some work in the gym, which is why he's very selective on a pro level. I'm not cool with just assuming, hey, man, this guy beats this guy. I could say that, but at the end of the day, I'll end my statement saying I think he wins, but we got to see it. I think he wins. I might even want him to win, but we got to see it. Because it's boxing. Nobody thought Buster Douglas had a chance to beat Mike Tyson. But it happened. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when that happened. The fight party I was at, silence. Everyone was erupting and oh! And everyone was like, oh, shit. Because we couldn't see, no one could fathom it. Like, yo, did this nigga just knock out Mike? Yes, he did. And I remember being in that damn room, but we was at somebody's apartment, and I was like, yo, man, James is 6'5" with that jab. And I'm talking boxing, and everybody else is emotional. Oh, that was a long count. Yeah, okay, it was. But Mike was supposed to finish the job. And Mike lost how many rounds going in that fight? Mike was getting fucked up. The whole fight. Go look at the cards. That's another thing y'all don't factor in. Mike was getting beat up the whole fight. He landed one. Was it a long count? Yeah, you could make that argument. But he got up. Mike couldn't finish him. And then he got finished. And then the excuses. Oh, he was sleeping with the women out there. This wasn't the social media era. We don't know. And you know what else I know? They never ran it back. He never ran it back. That's how you settle it. Okay, he was out there being promiscuous with the women. Okay, come back to America, fight somewhere in America, and see what happens. When he has a real camp and he's focused. Let's see what happens. Because you're saying he wasn't focused, right? Okay, we'll run it back. And no one wants to talk about that. Because now I'm saying, hey, man, Buster would have body bagged him earlier in the rematch. No, because look what Evander did. Yeah, look what Evander did to Mike. 2 different fighters, 2 different disciplines. Get out of here, man. It was never a rematch, and that wasn't James Buster Douglas' fault. Get a grip. The cap for Mike Tyson was on the same level as these Tank Davis fans, bro. I pointed out all the time, man. And what I'm also going to point out is you're black, Tank. I don't care how light-skinned and chinky eyes you are. You're going to get held to a different standard. Every time the police show up to your house, you did it. You hear what I just said? Every time the police show up to your house, you did it. There's no due process with you. You did it. You understand, Tank? Every time they show up, yeah, he did it. Remember when those police showed up to your crib? I got the video. You was on body cam. You out there with your shorts on, your flip-flops, and your tattoos. And that heifer called those white men on you to lock you up. I was enraged. I'm like, man, she tried to get this young brother killed, man. Delano, no, he did not, bro. No, he did not. No, he did not. Holyfield was in Japan. He was supposed to beat Buster Douglas, and they were supposed to start negotiations for Holyfield. All right, Mike lost. There wasn't an obligation. What do you mean you was there? You was in Japan? Was you in the room? No, Holyfield was there. This was Holyfield with the flat top. He was there. Mike fucked up the bag. After the fight, Mike said, I'll be champion again, meaning, hey, I'm going to get a rematch. I said, all right, well, I'll wait on it. The fight never happened. Mike forgot what year he got jammed up in, but he ended up fighting, I believe, Razor Ruddock. He rematched Razor Ruddock. Evander ended up fighting Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas was getting dragged all around the nation with court cases due to Don King's nonsense. He didn't have a real camp. He ballooned up to like 260 pounds, was out of shape because he couldn't train properly. And Holyfield knocks out Buster Douglas. And I think around that time, Mike got in trouble and he went to prison. And everything went haywire. Holyfield goes on to have an outstanding career. Check the resume. Mike Tyson is just celebrated for whatever reasons. Yeah, Rod, he fought Ruddock twice before he went to prison. That second Ruddock fight, it was supposed to be Buster Douglas, but Buster was running back and forth on the airplane, going from 2 different cities, fighting a court case. Courtesy of, I believe, Don King. Y'all talk to Stormy about that. But Mike is the A side. You mean to tell me that he couldn't pump the brakes on all that and be like, yeah, no. Forget Donovan Ruddock. Evander Holyfield is trying to get to me, but I got to get that lick back. And everybody would have wanted that rematch. Everybody. We swore we was going to get it. And it never happened. It never happened. And no one thought about why. It never happened. Let me see something. Now, when I say Tank Davis fans remind me of Mike Tyson fans from the early 90s and in the mid to late 80s, Mike could beat the world. And when I was a youngster, the only thing I said was, Mike got to prove it. There's a lot of work out here. My friends and a lot of people at the barbershop was like, nah, Mike do this, Mike do that, Mike do this, Mike do that. I said, this sounds good, man, but why don't y'all just, I don't know. He got work out here. What's going on? And I'm talking about before he went to prison and after. Okay, before he went to prison, I said, run that back with James Douglas. Crickets. Oh, nah, he'll beat him definitely because Mike was in Japan goofing around and he'll definitely beat him. I said, all right, well, I'm waiting on the rematch. Look, I can't deny or confirm what he was doing out there. Did he look like himself? No. We found out a couple of years later, oh man, his corner work was bad. We didn't know that in real time. But how do you solve it? You work it out. You run that lick back. And he didn't do it. You know what he did? He got jammed up with that girl and went to prison, man. He went to prison. And you know what I noticed? Boxing continued while he was in prison. Now, what does that sound like? When you call this kid the face of boxing, all right, is boxing going to slow down when Tank hangs it up? No. It's better than ever. And he hasn't been in the ring since Lamar Roach, and nobody cares. Everyone was talking about Devin Haney and what they think he's going to do and how they think he's done. In essence, what they're doing, really, they're wishing the worst on Devin. You heard what I said, right? They're wishing the worst on Devin. And it's failing. I mean, think about this. This kid told you he had a 7-fight deal. Remember? That's the number that's in my mind. Am I wrong on that? 7-fight deal. I said, great. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Great. What did I say? Who the fighters? That's all I said. 7 of them. It got to be at least 4 of his contemporaries. All right, Delano. Let me address this. He said, Drew, you talk great about Holyfield, but in his prime, he lost to his top opponents, Bo twice, Moore, Tyson, only Douglas. Facts. Okay. Is Evander Holyfield still great? Is Evander Holyfield still great? Do losses determine your greatness? Muhammad Ali lost 5 times. George Foreman took an ill L to an old Muhammad Ali. Rumble in the Jungle. You do know that Muhammad Ali was supposed to die that night, right? Muhammad Ali was the underdog. He was supposed to die that night because he was old. And he knocked out, he didn't only beat George Foreman, he knocked him out. George Foreman is still great. Holyfield is great. He lost to Bo twice. He lost to Moore, came back and knocked him out. And he knocked out Mike Tyson. That's a fact. And he knocked out the guy that knocked out Mike Tyson, Douglas. Facts. Are you sure you want to have this conversation with me? Holyfield is an all-time great. Am I wrong? Who was the best in that era? What do you mean he wasn't the best in that era? Who was the best in that era? Riddick Bowe was? Do you remember what they used to say about Riddick Bowe? Oh, man, I like Riddick, but no, he's not focused all the time. Now, listen to what you just said, Delano. I can go down Evander Holyfield's whole resume. He fought everyone. I think the only person he didn't fight was Tommy Morrison and David Tua. The business ain't line up, but he brought David Tua into his camp to help him prepare for Mike Tyson. Did you know that? But he got 2 fights against Lennox Lewis, a draw with one and lost the other one. What happened when Lennox Lewis fought Mike Tyson? Slept him badly. So Evander Holyfield is great. Mike Tyson is overrated. Do you want to have this conversation with me? I can prove it. Because Mike didn't fight Riddick Bowe. Mike didn't fight Michael Moore. When he fought James Douglas, he lost and didn't run it back. When he fought Evander Holyfield, he lost twice. When he fought Lennox Lewis, he lost and got knocked out. You sure you want to have this conversation with me, brother? Please stop. Because I don't have to dog Mike Tyson. I just point to the resume. Mike Tyson was celebrated. He did some good things. He was celebrated. But just because you're celebrated doesn't mean you're great. Evander Holyfield is great. Mike Tyson is good. When Mike got out of prison, he could have did whatever he wanted. He gave you Peter McNeely. Then he gave you Francois Botha. And surprise, surprise, Francois was whooping his ass until he wasn't. Mike was losing that fight. Francois was whooping his ass, and then he caught a right hand, and that was the end of it. Check the resume. They don't align. Check the resume. He fought Ray Mercer and beat him right here in the Garden. I think that was in the Garden. Was that in the Garden? No. Lennox Lewis versus Ray Mercer was in the Garden. I forgot. Yeah, Jay. Evander Holyfield is top 10. I got to struggle to put Mike Tyson in the top 10. Delano, please don't talk about jail. He didn't go into jail and balloon up to 500 pounds. No, he was well preserved in jail. And the years that Mike was in jail, look at what Evander Holyfield did. While Mike was away, Evander Holyfield was busy. Winning fights, losing fights. And then when Mike got out of prison and they signed to fight Evander Holyfield some time later, Evander Holyfield had heart problems. Remember that? And all of my boys was telling me, oh, man, Mike's going to hit him in the chest and he's going to catch a heart attack. I said, okay, I got to see it then. The fight's happening now. And I was the only person around my way that's been saying for years. I've been saying this since the 80s. I said there's a guy at cruiserweight who's coming up to heavyweight specifically to fight Mike Tyson. His name is Evander Holyfield. All right? Y'all don't know him, but I watch boxing. He's going to beat Mike's ass. My boys laughed at me. Since like 1987, 88, they laughed at me because Mike Tyson had a video game and everything else. I'm like, yo, okay, y'all gonna see. He was calling out Mike Tyson since the 80s, man. When he finally got in the ring with him and he whooped Mike's ass, what did I hear? Oh, it's because he was out of the ring in prison. Okay, well, I thought Evander Holyfield had a heart murmur and he was old. The 2 Riddick Bowe fights. Matter of fact, I think was it the 2 or the 3 Riddick Bowe fights that happened when Mike was away? Man, there were certain fights that Evander was taking real damage in the boxing ring. Mike was in prison reading the Quran. He was preserved. In fact, when he came out of prison, he had a 6-pack. He was in shape. So I don't want to hear it. He was fine. There's no part of Mike Tyson that could ever fuck with Evander Holyfield. Ever. And he got exposed. What did we know about Mike Tyson? He was weak mentally in the ring. Y'all don't know that. Y'all are blindsided by what the highlights and shit like that. But he was weak mentally. You stuck around, past like 5 rounds and shit and start fighting him back and put him on the back foot, you know what he do? He start headbutting, elbowing, and biting you. What does that sound like? Did this nigga Tank not bite Lamont Roach on his neck? Am I lying? What are people saying behind the scenes about Tank? What did Lamont Roach say? Oh, y'all don't know, but he's weak mentally. I heard stories about Tank rage quitting in sparring. I heard of him getting beat up in sparring and rage quitting. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. People been saying this. I heard this about 5 years ago about this kid. Yo, some guy was in the ring and piecing him up, and he just got out. Went to the bathroom. I heard this. I said, look, I don't know. I'm not there. But this is what I was told. Hey, man, this is what I was told. And the more I see his behavior, and then I'm seeing him on Twitter, I'm like, wait a minute. Some of this shit is lining up. Some of it is lining up. More and more people are coming out like, yo, man, I saw this, and da-da-da-da-da. The last sparring shit we heard was the Devin Haney shit. It was doghouse rules, and I'm like, what happened? He quit. I said, he quit? Yeah, he quit. Bill won the bet. I said, oh, okay. He won. Okay, it happened. All this glam and glitter and gold teeth and, all this, it means nothing. And truth be told, I don't really hold on much to sparring. Get it in the ring for real. And he's the A side, and he didn't make the Lomachenko fight. And then y'all blame Floyd for that. I said, no. Leonard Ellaby told us that he's in charge. Y'all remember that? Tank makes these fights. So it wasn't Ellaby, it wasn't Floyd, it wasn't Al Heyman. It was him. Philip D, what up? Brandon Neon Pedal, salute. Big brother, salute. It was him, right? They said it was him. Y'all told me it was Floyd, Al, and Leonard Ellaby. Then they said it was him. So I said, well, okay. Because all I see is he got at least 4 contemporaries around him. He's not fighting them. You don't blame the B side for fights not happening at all. Y'all blame Lomachenko, right? He wants Lomachenko now. And then he said, oh, well, money don't move Lomachenko. Then you find out the man's back is hurting. And he left the game. It don't get no more legit than that. His back's hurting for real? Yeah. He retired. You think they didn't know that his back was hurt? Yeah, Tank could get him now. You tried to get him now with a hurt back. What happened to 5 years prior, man? When you had less tattoos, waves in your hair, and I said, nah, this kid, I think he could get Loma. Delano says, Drew, give us 3 fights Tank needs for pound status. You give me those names. I mean, look. Y'all put Tank on the pound for pound list. I need to know why. Because pound for pound lists are subjective. And I'm on here talking about how white media is going to, Jeff, what up? White media is going to critique his record. If he hangs it up like he says he's going to do, and he gives you on the way out Lamont Roach and Jake Paul, and that's it for him, fine. Make your bread, young man. Get out the game. Get out the way, because there's real fighters that got shit to do. But when Hall of Fame conversations come up, you need to explain to me why he goes to the Hall of Fame. Well, don't explain it to me, because y'all bend and twist everything. Explain it to those white folks. When they say, he falls short of the Hall of Fame. He'll get there eventually, but he'll fall short. So if he retires in 2026, he will be eligible in 2028. You need to explain to me why he goes there. I'm telling you right now. Devin hangs it up today, he's going. You want to include the what ifs or whatever? Fine. Devin tried to fight everybody around him. He tried to fight Tio. He said no to 11 million. And I can't believe there's not videos in abundance clowning Tio. I can only imagine if Devin ducked if he ducked $5 to fight anybody around him. There'd be 2.3 thousand people in my chat trolling right now. But $11 million, this kid ducked. He says, so Tank not better than... When do you hear me talk about Triple G, Delano? Why are you bringing people into this that I didn't even bring him up? But you know what's interesting, Delano? I'm glad you did bring him up. Stormy, salute, Stormy. Interesting. I need you to pay attention. Coach, salute, Coach. Watch this. I bet you they'll put Triple G in the Hall of Fame before Tank.
Whoa! What?
Yup. Y'all deal with that. Y'all deal with that. And I am not a Triple G supporter at all, but they will put his ass in the ring. They'll put him in the Hall of Fame before Tank. And y'all be on here screaming. Y'all go ahead. I'm not fighting with y'all with that. I'm like, yo, you see this shit? Okay. Y'all deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. Nope. Man, they will justify that picture with Marvin Hagler and Triple G. They'll take that picture and put it up and say, yeah, you know, Triple G, Hall of Famer. And they'll talk about everything he did and not the things he didn't do. And then turn right around that same night. Is Tank Davis really a Hall of Famer? I mean, to me, he just misses it. I mean, he never fought Devin Haney. He never fought Lomachenko. And when he did try to fight Lomachenko, Loma was old. I mean, come on. He never fought Shakur, so we really don't know how good Tank Davis is. Well, it kind of reminds me, here comes Stephen A. Snitch. Well, you know, it kind of reminds me of Tank and Mike Tyson. Eerily similar. I mean, we all love Mike, but let's be real. Let's talk the facts. Why didn't he fight his fellow Brook the Knight, Riddick Bowe? I mean, he lost twice to Evander Holyfield. He lost to Lennox Lewis. I don't even want to imagine him in the ring with either one of the Klitschko's. I mean, but they were all there. He never fought David Tua. He never fought Ike Ibeabuchi. He never fought Chris Bird when he was at heavyweight. Johnny Ruiz was there. And they'll start bringing up dozens of fighters he didn't fight that were around when Mike was out of prison. They will start talking about what Mike didn't do. Then they'll go back to Tank and talk about what he didn't do. Do you know this is silly? Yeah, thank you, Stormy. And that's where I'm going with this. See, Delano, I'm glad you brought up Triple G. Because this is what they're going to do. When Triple G officially hangs it up, and they put him in the Hall of Fame, because nobody's going to question it. When he officially hangs it up, brother, they're going to show that pic of Hagler and Triple G as if to say he's passing the torch to him. And they're going to celebrate him and no one's going to question it. They're going to do that with Loma. Loma don't even have 20 pro fights. Triple G is retired? I don't know. I don't, you know. I don't know. He announced it. I missed it. And the knuckle draggers are going to sit here. They're going to sit here and accept it. Oh, yeah, Loma's going to Hall of Fame. Yeah, right. And they're going to talk, oh, Triple G going to Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah, right. You know, the first thing they're going to do is what they've been doing. Oh, they had 1 million amateur wins. And I'm like, oh, my God. Here we go. Nobody cares about your amateur wins. You lost your second pro fight and didn't run it back. Legacy defined, legacy slime. Do you understand the title of the show now? You are not held to the same standard. And you knuckle draggers don't realize it. Or you realize it and don't care. That's why He's about getting his money and getting out the game. You hear it in his speech. When Canelo hangs it up, they're going to talk about everything great he did and make it sound like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen. But we live the era. We know it's bullshit. He fought the wrong Charlo. He was supposed to fight Maul, and then we had a franchise status pop up. I wanted a rematch with Lara. He didn't. In fact, Oscar tried to prevent the first fight in the first place. He got Cotto when Cotto was old. He tried to go fight Badu Jack at cruiserweight for his belt, and Badu said, okay. But they said, hey, man, you got to come down 18 pounds. Wait a minute. Badu's not fat. What you mean come down 18 pounds? And still fight for my belt? Nah, how about this? Go fight Benavidez. He says no because all Benavidez has to offer on fight night is an additional 20 pounds. Meanwhile, he fights Edgar Berlanga, who came in at hurt at like 198. It's a 168 fight, but he came in at 198 on fight night or something like that. It was almost 200 pounds for a super middleweight belt. David Benavidez goes up to light heavyweight, and on fight night came in 4 pounds lighter than Edgar Berlanga did versus Canelo. So is it the weight or is it the opponent? See, no one's going to say, ESPN isn't going to tell you that. We will. Where's the lie? Did I just lie on Canelo? Or did I just point out a fact? That is a fact. Man, y'all fall for it. See, what you Tank fans don't realize, what you co-sign is also your own demise. What you co-sign is your own demise. Y'all were running around, oh man, oh, prime deal, oh, 7 fights, millions of dollars. I said, I don't care about none of that. I want to know who the opponents are. Good, okay, he got bread. Good, he's supposed to. I'm glad. He got babies. Generational wealth, I'm with that. Who the opponents, though? Yeah, he got money. I'm good. Who are the opponents? Oh, yeah, chrome hearts, braided hair, tattoos. Who are the opponents? Oh, Baltimore. Who are the opponents? Oh, he bought the block. Who are the opponents? Oh, his girl got a fat ass. Who are the opponents? Lamont Roach. Crickets. Eric Jordan, that super chat, much love. He said, these two ducks are the are the king of getting their cheeks clapped by Miguel.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Stop me when I'm lying. Now, you can have your own interpretation of anything. I don't care. D-Ray, salute. I don't care. You might not like what I have to say about any fighter. I'm telling you to point out when I'm lying. My opinions come from what I've seen. Y'all love talking about what Bill be lying about. Not one time did you niggas point out that this kid lied to you. 7-fight deal. Look, okay. Am I missing something? Who are the 7 fights? Lamont Roach and who else, yo? Did I miss it? Remember when I told you something was wrong? When they told us the fight was happening in Houston at the Toyota Center? And then we had a date, and I'm like, okay. And then they was like, no, it's not the date. Y'all remember that? And I'm like, whoa. Remember when I backed off? I said, what the fuck is going on? This sounds like a money situation. Y'all ripped me, y'all ripped Blue Blood, y'all ripped all of us. I said, wait, hold on. We're looking at the facts. How does the PBC, with all of this money, with Prime, they don't secure the Toyota Center? Y'all remember? And then Blue got on his video and called them. And whoever was on the phone was like, yeah, I know what they're saying online, but there's nothing booked for that weekend. In fact, I think the Rockets were being booked. When they put it out online, y'all remember when they said, hey, man, there's something going. They made it sound like, I forgot how it was worded, but they made it seem like the Toyota Center wasn't ready because there was something else going on in the form of like construction or something, the way it was worded. And I'm like, okay, that's possible. But then Rod Neal, who's out there, was like, no, man, the Rockets got a game. Like, I think early in the week, they got a game. And after they got a game. So it's not construction. I'm like, okay. So what's going on? The venue wasn't booked. I had cats hit me up like, yo, you know, I mean, Blue don't know who he spoke to. And the people at the office, they don't tell the people to answer the phones what's going on. Well, they might wanna. Because the fight date is around the corner. And this is millions of dollars we're talking about here. And we're only asking this because that's what the Team Tank told us. It's advertised. People are buying flights for that whole week or at least that weekend because he does have a fan base. People wait to see what posters are going out. Oh, this is real. Oh, Toyota Center. I'm going to buy my flight. I'm going to fly out there Wednesday, and I'm leaving Monday. They'll book the flight and book the hotels and wait for the tickets to go on sale. And then you find out that the week of his birthday, he was trying to get permission to go to Japan. And I'm like, hold on. He's supposed to be in camp. Wait a minute. What's going on? So now when we start asking questions, we get called haters. You see what I'm saying? Even the people that support him were confused. Yo, I'm buying my tickets. Well, I bought my flight and I booked my room. I'm just waiting for the tickets to go on sale. Now there's no fight in Houston. Stop me when I'm lying. This all happened. And people like really, like they fought with Blue, they fought with me. I'm like, hold on. Y'all call the play. Oh, but the people that answer the phone, they don't know. Okay, well, the people that are in the know, they need to make a release then. Because here's what I know. The person that answered the phone that told Blue what he told him, he was right. And I had brothers telling me, oh, well, in the future, when you're looking for that type of information, don't believe with the people that answer the phone because they can't answer that. Well, he answered it. And you know what? If he's not supposed to give those answers, he could be fired. Because he's under instructions of what to say when people call and ask a question. The question wasn't high tech. He didn't say, well, what's the tax bracket on the seats sold in every kernel of popcorn? No. He said, is there an event for that weekend? The person on the phone said no. He said, was there ever a boxing event booked for that week? The guy on the phone said, I know what you've seen online, but there's nothing here that I see. That's it. Now, are things subject to change? Yes. But they didn't. And I had a brother so mad with me trying to, look, sometimes brothers, they're just wrong and strong. And I get it. I get it. But I'm just looking like, yo, somebody answered the phone and somebody gave him an answer. So what are you mad at Blue? Or are you mad that the tank fight's not happening? What? Forget how you feel. Look at the facts. And at the end of the day, where'd the fight happen? Brooklyn. How you get from Houston to Brooklyn? What happened? And then you see the goddamn press conference sponsored by Temu. It was so low budget. And then when Blue says, hey, man, it looked like they're having financial problems. Oh, Blue, you lying. Okay. He's lying? Did the fight happen in Houston? No, right? Did the person on the phone say that there was never anything booked? No, right? Was Lamont Roach a part of that 7-fight deal? I don't know. He fought him. Now there's a rematch. Who was on that 7-fight deal, by the way? Did I miss it, y'all? Because I don't, I have a full-time life. Was there a list? List.
You say before you retire, you want to fight Devin and Shakur. Is that still the plan? I never said that. When I said that? I never said that. But I would for sure. But I never said before I retire I want to fight them too. I never said that. You said
new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about in those 7 names?
whoever you name, they could be in it.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Well, but he's retiring at the end of 2025. Well, I mean, what? What? I don't have to lie on this dude, bro. Gerald, salute. I don't have to lie on this dude. I'm just saying, look, didn't he just say, oh, no, well, he said this now. I said, okay, well, but, you know, he did say, oh, well, you're hating. No, he said that. He said that. Yo, a lot of you motherfuckers didn't even know who the hell Lamont Roach was. Y'all remember, oh, man, he's looking out for his boy. He's getting his boy a bag. Man, don't nobody care about none of that. He's getting his boy a bag. What happened to that love letter that Boxing Ego wrote? Prince, what up? Remember? Not trying to be friends with anyone in or around his weight class? That's not what Ego said? Did he not say that? He said that. He wrote that. He wrote that. He signs to fight Lamont Roach, and we're like, well, I knew who he was. But a lot of Tank fans didn't even know who he was. Then you find out he's from 130. Well, why is he doing that? Oh, that's his boy. What happened to not trying to be friends with anyone in or around his weight class? That means from 126, because Tank is small, all the way to like 140. What happened? Y'all cats all over. Now, again, did I just lie on him? Or am I asking something that legitimately happened? Y'all go on and get these YouTubers paid, y'all. Man, when I see Devin, that's what Tank said. When I see Devin, it's on site. Oh, he saw him. Took a selfie by his car. Oh, I get it. When I see Devin's car, it's on site. You knuckle draggers. Goddamn woke me up out my sleep. Yo, you heard what happened with Devin and Tank? And I said, Lord, I hope, man, these brothers ain't fighting in the street, man. I said, no, what happened? Yo, Devin was at a spot. Tank rolled up on him. I said, okay, what happened? Saying he rolled up on him. I said, okay, and what happened? Because in my mind, I know what he said. I'm like, okay, did he slap him or did they, what? You know what I'm saying? He rolled up on him. He sunned him. I'm like, all right, well. Now, when you say son, first of all, that's a New York term. To son somebody, do y'all know what that means? Let me define it for you. When you son somebody, you know where that comes from, that saying comes from? When you see the parent reprimanding the child, they're standing over the child, in the child's face, I told you, da-da-da-da-da, and the child just standing there cowering, that's sonning them. You don't say daughter them, you say you sonning them. You're the authority. Like I'm in your face and what? So dude called me that morning and said he's son Devin. I said, okay, well, let's see. I don't know. I got out of bed. I said, I doubt it, but I don't know. Let me see. Maybe he could be right. I don't know. Let me look at the evidence. All I saw 2 videos. I saw Tank at a restaurant screaming in the lobby, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I'm like, okay, this can't be it. Then I saw him taking a picture by his vehicle. I didn't even know if that was Devin's or not, but I found out later it was. And then Devin out the car smiling at him, and Tank, you know, it's a spectacle. And I'm like, okay. Then the video ended. So I called my homie back and I said, yo, listen, nigga, you from New York. You know what sunning means. So what do you mean he sunned him? Yo, he went up to the restaurant and I heard Devin snuck out the back door and then Tank ran to the back and caught him by the car. I'm like, all right, obviously somebody's bullshitting you. So now he's making shit up. Somebody, when I asked for clarity, he had to make a phone call and then the person, you know, put some salt and pepper on the story. None of that happened. All right, you know, everything is made to make Devin look like some sort of sucker. All right. That didn't happen. Hold on. Devin ate his food, went outside. Tank got an audience. He just talking loud. You know, he's, you know, I've been in a few situations in my life where, you know, you're in a control area and somebody talking what they're going to do to you, and be like, you know what? When we get outside, when I'm done dealing with this inside, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to see if you about what you talk. When you get outside, now they screaming all loud, so the cops going to stop. You already know what they're doing. Yo, what? Yo. It's like, yo, calm down. Let's go around the corner and let's settle this. Yo, now he in the street stopping traffic. Yo, why you doing all that? You just said what you was gonna do. Let's all of us go around the corner right here and let's handle business. Talking all loud so the cops gonna stop. I already know what you want. And when I saw in the video, I said, oh, he's just entertaining, man. He's just entertaining. That's all. This was good, and it made for good. Everyone got over 2,000 views, even little channels. And then you put a little buzz in the title: Devin punks Tank. I mean, no, Tank punks Devin or whatever the fuck. So you got your little, couple of $100. You know, you got into the algorithm. You know, being a Devin Haney hater. You know, whatever it is. But here we are. 7-fight deal. Lamont Roach was on it, and a majority of y'all were like, who the fuck is Lamont Roach? Y'all didn't know. You know what I didn't know? I didn't know Lamont was going to sun him. Got him talking about grease in his eyes. Got y'all Tank fans threatening that black woman from my borough. Y'all saying black women are unprotected, right? Bullshit. Let me find out y'all Baltimore niggas threatened a woman. Yeah, Snoop, loud snitching. Well, what's the excuse now? I heard somebody told me he cut his hair. All right, cool. Now what? So now Ego can't talk about his braids no more? Good shit, bro. Everything that y'all celebrated, y'all got to stand on now. But fine, you know, the last few years we've been holding this dude accountable. Don't mind me. If he retires at the end of 2025, like he said he was, and if he doesn't, guess what, y'all? That's another lie, is it not? Y'all remember when y'all was saying, oh, Devin lied. How'd he lie? Oh, he said he wasn't going to vacate his belts until the end of 2024. He vacated them 2 weeks into December. There was 2 weeks left of the year. How long was he supposed to hold on to them for? Till New Year's Eve? Oh, but he said, man, shut up, bro. Shut up. So now that this dude said he was going to retire at the end of 2025, we're now in June. There's 6 months left. 6 months. He's going to retire? Hey, check this out. What's the date for the Lamont Roach rematch?
Whoa, what a what?
Yeah, Delano, I hope so. You said August 16th? Where can I find that? I heard that date behind the scenes. But where's the announcement? Where can I buy a ticket, Delano? I don't believe what anyone says until I have an official announcement. Now, last time we had an official announcement from Team Tank, it was the Toyota Center in Houston. And how'd that work out? And that was an official announcement. If I'm not mistaken, for a second, that was on the PBC Instagram, right? And then what happened? So now I got to go off of more than what I know from behind the scenes. I got to have an official announcement from the company, and tickets got to legitimately go on sale. Online Box Live. What's the venue? And how much are the tickets? You know what? Let's do this. Roach Tank rematch date. AI says it's set for August 16th. Where can I get tickets? Boxer Scene says this was back in May. Now, let me ask you a question. They said Vegas, let me ask you a question. What's this? What are they talking about? The brothers UK in the building. Salute to you, good brother. It says peace, brother. Peace to you. Thank you so much. Salute to you, good brother. This is like my second or third sub right here. Salute to the brothers UK. ATX, what up? What's this? What's Lamont talking about? If he actually fights, let's see he going to pull a Ryan and say he not fit or some shit. What's he talking about? I'm asking. I don't know. Because they were going back and forth. You know, Tank, and that's another thing. If you had to make a choice of who's going to the Hall of Fame, Canelo, although he's popped dirty, outside the ring. Now listen to what I'm saying, TD Harden, salute. Listen to what I'm saying. Outside the ring, he's been a model citizen. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Why do you think I'm saying wink, wink? He's been a model citizen. Do I have to do homework for y'all? Do I have to do it? This motherfucker's gotten in trouble outside the ring. It's just not broadcasted. Everything Tank does gets broadcasted when it's bad. Tank, you don't have the same luxury, bruh. My brother Audacity Podcast says Tank posted a picture of black Air Force Ones. Yo, Bud and Errol wore black Air Force Ones in their stare down leading up to their fight. Somebody had to lose, right? You know, Sergey Kovalev told Andre Ward in their rematch, you know, he said what he said, and when he was leaving the stage, he was talking hella shit. And Dre said, man, don't be pointing at me. And I said, yo, they got to fight. And in the rematch, it ain't work out too well for Kovalev, did it? You know, Tank, he could talk. But Lamont beat his ass, bro. And no, I didn't see that coming. Lamont beat his ass, bro. Had him taking strategic knees and everything. It was weird, bro. I'm like, what is going on in this fight? Someone sent me a clip of Ego reviewing the fight. He was like, what? I was like, look, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let me upload this video real quick for y'all. Look, I ain't making it up, bro. I'm just saying they're gonna they start reviewing who's Hall of Fame worthy. Watch how they shit all over Canelo. Watch. And I ain't saying a word. I'm like, oh, okay, well, there you go. Y'all deal with it. Y'all don't need me. Y'all are just fine. Y'all do not need me. I promise you, you don't need me. I'm fighting for this kid. He all right. He got enough fans to do that shit. I'm chilling.
Midway through this fight, it was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my shit done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Turn around there and love you again.
So it seemed to me. I knew there had to be someone. And I was calling out.
And the grease come in my face.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8.
Oh my God, man! Y'all threaten that poor girl, man. What's wrong with y'all, bro? Come on, bro. So I'm gonna call Lamont Roach's fist grease now. Fist grease. Fist grease.
This summer, Tank Davis is Blackula 2. The latest vampire in boxing. More brutal than Berlangula. More terrifying than Tyson's teeth. more grimy than Colada's mouth? You can run. There's no escape. He will glamour you. He will hypnotize you. You will feel uncomfortable. Blackula. 2. He will do what he wants to do. DWDW. Move!
Oh my God. Man. Hall of Fame talk. They're going to drag this kid, and all of you cats that had all of this negative rhetoric to say about Devin and Shakur and everybody else that he didn't fight and blame the B side for the fights not happening. All of you, y'all gonna have to fight with the people that are gonna be saying, "Hey man, this kid is not Hall of Fame bound." Y'all fight with them. Y'all fight with Dan Raphael and Steve Kung Fu Kim and Stephen A. Snitch, and all of a sudden they're gonna become boxing experts. Y'all go ahead, because I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, well, that's your fight. You go ahead. Y'all do petitions. You know, that's the big thing. Y'all gonna sign a petition. I need all of y'all signatures. You know, like how that buck-eyed coon wants to sign a no running petition. All right, good. Y'all vote to get this motherfucker in the Hall of Fame. TD Harden in that super chat salute. He says, "How did I miss that after fight interview, Diva?" Hey, bro, he just got his shit done 2 days ago, and he had grease in his hair. Shorty said the whatever she used in his hair, there was no alcohol, there was no grease. So what was he talking about? You know what he was talking about? Lamont's left hand in his face. Fist grease. Now, I don't know when the rematch is getting announced. Another thing I want to talk about, what are you doing doxing this brother, threatening to dox him? Talking about you're going to pull up where his house is and put out the address of where your kids go to school. Some shit he said. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What is that? That's a sign of a weak person, bro. Lamont's chilling. He ain't got nothing else to do but train and beat him again. Because I thought he beat him the first time, but whatever. Big brother in life, what you want to see again? I'll play it. This dude, he really threatened some kids, man. This is your man. So Tank fans threaten women and Tank threatened a kid. Now, mind you, this is supposed to be his man's. Y'all just got done telling me this is his man, so he just wanted to, share the wealth with his man. Everything that this kid has done that y'all justified, now y'all got to stand on. Just like y'all did with Ryan Garcia. Oh, there's a need for Ryan to be wrong. I said, no, he is wrong. He came in overweight. And then we found out he popped dirty. That buck-eyed nigga was talking about, the hair follicle test is going to exonerate Ryan Garcia. Press 1 if you stole it. Didn't happen. They didn't want to double back and say, hey, man, showbiz, why you lying, bro? It's over. There's no need for us to want Ryan to be wrong. I told you I wanted Ryan to be right. I just wanted it to be a win, and we could just get that back. It's it. I didn't want to deal with all this drug shit because I know what comes with it. And what came with it? Him getting caught, us dealing with these stupid ass fans. And then we found out as a bonus, he's racist. And when we found that out, what happened? Yeah, we found that shit out. Now, I know some niggas will be like, oh, well, that was before the racist outburst. Okay, let's say it was before the racist outburst. Tank gets on Twitter and stalks any and everybody. If you look bad in the fight, he talks about you. If you win a fight and look bad, he talk about you. If you lose, he talk bad about you. Once Ryan did what he did and said what he said, where was Tank all online talking about, yo, man, I done dapped it up with you and you doing this? And everybody went at all the YouTubers that are anti-Haney and pro anything that's anti-Haney. They were just bigging up Ryan. When he popped dirty, they were still bigging up Ryan. Everybody was wrong but Ryan. Remember that? Vada was wrong. New York State Athletic Commission was wrong. It was Devin and Bill's fault for letting Ryan come in overweight. All of that shit. They never said, hey, man, they gave Ryan a chance and he still cheated him. Came in overweight and everything. They still cheated him. Everything was DHP's fault. And when he had that racist meltdown, everybody said, no. Y'all niggas stay right over there. What I said was, oh, what Tank got to say about this? Nothing. Because then you got Buck Dancer Super Coons talking about, oh, the enemy of my enemy. Really? It goes that far? But then some of y'all get mad at me when I say I don't want to deal with niggas. I don't want to deal with niggas. And yeah, Tank fits the mold. He is a nigga. I don't deal with it.
This summer, Tank Davis is Blackula 2. The latest vampire in boxing. More brutal than Berlangula. More terrifying than Tyson's teeth. More grimy than Galata's mouth. You can run. There's no escape. He will glamour you. He will hypnotize you. You will feel uncomfortable. Blackula 2. He will do what he wants to do. DWDW.
Y'all know Canelo's a drug cheat, right? Canelo's a drug cheat. Canelo had a drunken fight somewhere in Mexico. I don't know where it was. I'm going to assume it was Mexico. And he punched with a closed fist another boxer, a Mexican dude. And dude was like a strawweight. He's a pro boxer. I forget his name. But look it up. It's online. And he broke his shit on some Mitch Green shit. He punched him in the face. And Canelo, I don't know if it was, Canelo was like super bigger than this dude. And they punched him. They had a fight. And he was drunk. Canelo likes to drink. Did anyone do any, videos on that? his daughter had a Sweet 16 or some shit a few years ago, and he had beef with the mariachi band. And he was threatening them, or something happened. I'm like, wow, this ain't even news. Hey, Tank, you can't do what everyone else does. He's a redheaded, pale-faced white Mexican, bro. He has white privilege. You don't. The difficulty is he's undisputed, right? They granted him he was the first franchise champion. Where'd that go? That's another show. He's undisputed. His resume is stellar, right? We could say the Benavidez thing. We can have a problem with it all we want, because I got a problem with it. But he's fought enough of his contemporaries to say, hey, man, you know, we can ignore the Benavidez shit. But the fact that his fans are cool with that is horrific. But you, YEW, Tank, man, they ain't gonna let you get away with any of that. You hang it up at the end of 2025, they're gonna say who you didn't fight. That's gonna come up. It's Tank Davis, so he's retired. Is he a Hall of Famer? He didn't fight Devin Haney. Oh, I think he'd have beat Devin. He didn't fight him. He didn't fight Lomachenko. He didn't fight George Kambosos. He didn't fight Shakur. He didn't fight Teofimo. Who did he fight? Mario Barrios. Knocked him into a somersault. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Why is it that when Tank Davis said, I felt uncomfortable at 140, although he caught the knockout, but I felt uncomfortable at 140. Not cool. I'm just going to hang out at 135. Hey, man, whatever. I thought he should have went up to 140 and fought Josh Taylor, but he didn't do it. Fine. You know, that was okay. They said, no, he felt uncomfortable. But when Devin goes to 140, prior to fighting Regis Prograis, he says, man, I'll come back to 135. And, excuse me. So he says, I'll come back to 135. And then after the Regis Prograis fight, he said, you know what, F that. I'm not going there. I feel better here. There was a whole lynch mob after that. Oh, Devin lying, you see? Oh, man, your boy Tank did the same thing. Y'all need to shut up. Everything this dude does, y'all got to stand on it. And y'all end up looking stupid. D-Main, what up, bro? What's going on, good brother? Good to see you. Black Martial Arts Society said just finished sparring. Yes, sir. Y'all guys need to stop, man. This guy's putting y'all in weird positions. You're trying to defend this kid. Stop defending this kid. Stop. It's not. It is not worth it. Stop defending this kid. Yeah, let me know. Let me know when the fight's announced, brother. Canelo's legacy is defined already. As soon as Tank hangs it up, they're gonna drag him. They're gonna talk about everything that Canelo did do. And when it comes to Tank, they're gonna talk about everything that he didn't do. Yeah, it was fun to watch. But it's the Mike Tyson shit all over again, y'all. Yeah, Mike was fun to watch, but he lost to Evander Holyfield. He lost to Lennox Lewis. He didn't fight David Tua. He didn't fight Ike Ibeabuchi. He didn't fight Merciless Ray Mercer. He didn't even fight Tommy Morrison. He didn't fight Riddick Bowe. When he got out of prison, there was a lot of opportunity around there. But you know what? He was a money maker. You see? See? Just because you're celebrated don't necessarily mean you're great. You see, Tank is celebrated. Does he have a high skill set? He has to. How am I wrong for asking him to test his mettle against his contemporaries? And that's where the disconnect between myself a real supporter of the sport, and the fanatics, the people that are obsessed with chrome hearts, braided hair, gold teeth, and tattoos. We're having two different conversations. Y'all are glorified D-blowing. I'm just asking the kid to prove he's great. And if he hangs it up at the end of this year, they're going to drag this kid. And I'm here for it. I'm going to watch it. I'll do a live stream. Yeah, Dan Redfield says Tank Davis falls short of the Hall of Fame. What do you think? What do you think, YEW? Never forget. Y'all forgot what Coach Cal said? When he was asked about Devin Haney, he said, at what weight, though? Y'all remember that when he told Marco that? Y'all remember what he said? Oh, why would we want the Shakur? When Marco asked him, what about the Shakur fight? He said, why would we want that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. I said, oh, my God, he said that out loud? You see what I'm talking about? He said it out loud. See? Hulk 30 in that super chat. Much love, brother. He says, a little something for the Saturday morning cook. Keep doing your thing, Drew. I'm on the job, man. Salute to you, brother. Thank you so much. Tell me I'm lying. I know how this goes. Y'all defending him now? When white media gets a hold of him and try and keep him out of the Hall of Fame and start putting people in the Hall of Fame before him that you never heard of, y'all gonna be mad as hell. I'm here for it. I can't wait, because I'm telling you it's gonna happen. Somebody from, it may not be all of them. Let me say this. They might be a Tank fan or three in old white media. They'll be like, yeah, put the kid in there. Fine. But the first person that says, hey, I think he falls short, Mike Cappinger might do it. Dan Raphael might do it. I'll highlight that and see what y'all say. But you know what? Let me ask right now. If Tank Davis, K-Rod, salute. Tank Davis hangs it up after the Lamont Roach fight. Win or lose. He says, you know what? I got my money. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Best case scenario. He knocks out Lamont Roach in 2 rounds. Now y'all hype again. Now y'all back on my channel talking about, yeah, and what? I told you he wasn't right that first fight, and what? All right, cool. He was supposed to do that in the first place. What does he do next? Because I wasn't checking for Lamont in the first fucking place. Let's say he knocks Lamont Roach out, first exchange in the first round. You got your money's worth. Now Tank is back. What does he do next? Jake Paul? Yeah, Jose, I think he still got to fight Devin, but he's not because he's a pussy. So he gives you Jake Paul, and that goes 12 rounds. They high five. He sees $120 million. Tank retires after the Jake Paul fight, right? Y'all tell me, does he go to the Hall of Fame? Well, you know what? I got to remember who the fuck I'm talking to. Tank Davis fanatics don't care about no Hall of Fame. They care about chrome hearts and gold toothes and braided hair and diamond studs in the ears and tattoos. They don't care about no Hall of Fame. You see why I don't even want to entertain them? And what's crazy is these channels are pimping you. They're getting money off of you because they're talking him up to make you feel good because the 22nd of their YouTube month is extravagant. And once he retires, you're going to go away and they're going to have to find a new dick to suck. How do they find a new dick to suck? Let's see what the brothers and sisters on the LDBC are supporting. Are they supporting this fighter? Who's their rival? I'm going to talk him up. And that's how they make their money. Marcus Walls in that super chat. Much love, brother. He says, appreciate the constant hustle and info, Drew. I'm on the job, good brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. I need Tank to go away so boxing can go back to normal, whatever normal is nowadays. But right now, he's in the way. The dude put out a hit list when asked before the Lamont Roach fight about his two contemporaries. He said, I never said that. But then when he was talking about a 7-fight deal and asked who's the names, he said, whoever you name. Dude started dropping names. I heard Shakur. I heard Devin. But we get Lamont Roach and Jake fucking Paul, and y'all want to argue with us instead of holding them accountable? Let me tell you something. If he does not beat Lamont Roach, listen to me carefully. If he does not beat Lamont Roach in this rematch convincingly, don't go to the cards, and at the end, I'm looking at it like, man, I got this shit 9-3 for Lamont Roach again, or I got it 6-6 again. Oh, no, I didn't have it a draw the first time. This time it's 6-6 now. Oh boy, now we're gonna get a rubber match, and that's another thing, man. You fuck around, you might gotta get 3. Listen, Lamont Roach beats him this time, there might be a rubber match. Because it's a draw the first fight, right? The second fight, if Tank wins, he ain't got to fight him no more. But if Lamont Roach wins, there might be a third fight. And Jake Paul been having a headache trying to secure these super duper fights. He tried to secure a Canelo fight. Ridiculous. It's a freak show. I need him to retire so boxing can go back to normal. And while you're at it, take your dumbass fans with you. We can say what we want about Shakur, but over there dealing with Turkey, I think Shakur fight Devin before this dude will ever fight him. You got this ape on a pedestal. For what? He's not giving me what I want as a boxing supporter. But if you like chrome hearts, braided hair, and like to watch him, not watch him fight, that's two totally different things according to Boxing Ego. He said, we'll put you on a poster. We'll knock you out, put you on a poster. And then the very next comment, he says, exciting to watch or some shit. And I say, wait a minute, isn't exciting to watch on the lines with putting you on the poster? Why did he mention it twice? No, he didn't mention it twice. He meant what he said. He liked watching him knock people out, putting them on the poster, and he's excited to watch him. He didn't reiterate it. He wanted to make sure that you knew that he likes looking at this kid. And that's what I'm saying. These dudes, you following behind these guys because they give me that Tank Davis feel good, and you don't know a lot of these dudes is gay. He told you who he was right there. And I said, wait, why he say that twice? I said, oh shit, he didn't say it twice. He said what he meant. He said what he meant, bruh. He meant it. He meant it. Yes, sir. Y'all watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Y'all don't even realize it. There was a show on TV called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. I said, what the fuck is this? And my wife told me it was a show where they're bringing this gay dude and he dresses a straight man. Like the straight man has no sense of fashion. So they're bringing this gay guy and they go on a shopping spree. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck signs up for, you know what? I've been living on the moon for some time now because this ain't planet Earth. But whatever, man. Coons. But salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Guys are disgusting, I swear to God. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, man. This is horrible. But Canelo's legacy is defined Tank's legacy is slime. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Have y'all, and I'm not going to do it here, have y'all ever compared Canelo's resume to Tank's? There's no comparison. I'm going to tell you something else. If I opened up the panel for, I'll put it, you know what, I'm going to test this theory. If Tank announces his retirement, right, I'll do a live stream and I want 3 Canelo fans and 3 hard Tank fans. And I will allow them to have a moderated debate on my channel as to why Canelo's a Hall of Famer over Tank Davis, or vice versa. Now look, shower, salute, Queen. Will Tank end up in the Hall of Fame? Probably. But what's the criteria for being in the Hall of Fame? Nowadays, it's what? If you're going to factor in style of dress and seat sales and shit like that, I mean, that's a fail. I don't consider any of that. I don't consider any of that. Money generated. I've seen pound for pound lists in a magazine a while ago. They considered money generated. I'm like, man, shut up. Get out of here. This ain't it. This ain't it. Will he end up there? Yeah. I think Tank will end up there. But just because you're celebrated don't mean you're good. Case in point. Is Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame? If he is, why? He has a lot of accomplishments, but I've seen that man get his ass obliterated, pause, on more than one occasion. When he fought Floyd Mayweather, he didn't like he even belong in a goddamn, he even looked like a pro, bro. I was like, what is this? This is an ass whooping. It's an ass whooping. That wasn't even a fight. That was target practice. He had harder sparring. Straight combo in that super chat. Much love, brother. He says, salute, King. Salute to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But there was a little bit of a talk, you know, Canelo and Tank, you know, look. Check the resume. And I'm letting you Tank fans know right now. Canelo is a drug cheat. And how is he awarded? A $400 million situation with Saudi. Tank wouldn't even take 50 mil to fight Devin. You guys need to stop, bro. Y'all are mad at the wrong people. Me asking Tank to prove he's the best. Hell, if he went in there and beat up Devin and beat up Shakur and beat up Tio and beat up Loma when he was supposed to do it, I'd be on here saying, yo, man, Tank the truth, man. He beat all those guys. He beat more of his contemporaries than Canelo did. I could say that, but I can't say that. Disgusting, man. Disgusting. And again, I know Tank fans will be mad at me. You can go and word salad this and bend and twist and do all this weird shit. Just know that you have to do weird shit. I keep it simple over here. I don't word salad you. I don't have to, you know, paint pictures and use sock puppets to make a goddamn point. That works with people with short attention spans and their parents of the kids from the early 90s, the ADD kids that are high on Prozac and Ritalin. Y'all not thinking straight. I keep it so simple over here. They're going to hold Canelo to a standard. You're not going to hear, you don't hear about him popping dirty for clenbuterol right now. But they're going to remind you how big of a bowl of dicks that Tank Davis is. I mean, they don't like racism, but what was the relationship between him and Ryan Garcia? Why didn't he say anything or actively pursue a fight against Teofimo Lopez? What was that? Why didn't he fight Shakur? Why didn't he fight Devin? They're going to talk about what he didn't do. and say, yeah, he was fun to watch, but I don't know. I think he falls short about the Hall of Fame right now. Maybe in another 2 years. They're going to do that to him. As soon as Canelo hangs it up, he has a real bag because he was already 100 mil up. He's worth $500 million now. When he walks away from the game, he's set. Money. And by the way, is Canelo walking around tatted up? Well, he got tats, but is he walking around talking about, I'm wearing this and I'm wearing that? No, he don't need to do all of that. The fan base is different. You knuckle draggers are walking behind this kid talking about what he got. He's the wealthiest broke nigga in boxing right now. Devin got a bigger bag than him. Teofimo was offered 11 mil to fight Devin and said no. That was the most. That's more upfront money than Tank ever got. Upfront money. I'm not talking about back end money. The Al Heyman way of doing things, which was nice. It worked out. But now that Turkey came in there, he done changed the game. Eric O, salute. He changed the game. Tio, you didn't make a meal yet? How about this? I got 11 of them things for you. All you got to do is fight Devin. And he said no. Hey, Tio. All right? You down there with Saudi and you holding your belt up in that picture looking like a complete asshole. Do something. Why don't you fight Tank Davis? Uh-oh. You ain't going to get 11 mil up front. You might get 2. I'd like to see it. That's a winnable fight for Tio, right? That's a winnable fight for Tank, right? Make the fight. He was wearing a PBC hat, right? Wasn't he not? Okay. Go do that. Tank? Skip Jake Paul for what? You saying F you to your fanatics. No, your fanatics love what you do regardless. You saying F you to the real boxer supporters who don't consider Jake Paul a real fighter. Why would you do that? You know what? Tank don't love y'all. He loves his bag. Floyd taught him well. Fuck the fans, get your money. Get your money, bro. Get your money, get out the sport. I'm cool. Get your money, get the hell out the sport. Oh, you're accurate. I remember when Jeff said that. He may have said that on my show, too. I ain't even touched the drug thing with Tank because this was the first time we could confirm that he took VADA testing and Lamont fought him in the pocket and was never hurt in that fight. In fact, Tank got hurt and pushed back. Right? See what I mean? But drug testing though, right? Man, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Tank didn't even know who was doing his drug testing. We don't know. I'm just saying he did VADA for sure this time. And Lamont is standing in the pocket with him. What's going on here? Okay. I'm telling you right now, they're doing VADA again. If it looks like that again, bro, y'all deal with it. Delano says, Drew, if he beats Shakur and Tio, where you put him? Nowhere. Not putting him nowhere. I'm trying not to, I'm not in the business of doing as of late. All of these guys exist at the same time. They're not, this guy's on his way out and, this ain't like a Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano situation. All of these guys are around right now, the same weight classes. There's money on the table for them. And the only person not making it happen is Tank Davis. Remember they had that fool on the live stream? He said, oh, well, he's young. He can get to it. And I'm like, yo, you really don't watch boxing, do you? He already told us what he's going to do. And what he's not doing is fight his contemporaries. He's giving you the Lamont Roach rematch and Jake Paul and leaving. You're not getting Devin. So I'm not putting him in this Shakur. I can't imagine it, Delano, is what I'm saying. He has to show me. I don't want to do what-if scenarios where guys are in their prime all fighting at the same time in the same division. It's annoying. I'm not doing it. Shakur wants that Tank Davis smoke. He said that. Devin definitely said that. Tio just calling everybody monkeys with bananas. Tank didn't stop what he was doing and get on Twitter and go at him. He said something about it when asked. Oh, I'm going to smack him when I see him. Yeah, like you were supposed to smack Devin? All right, we don't believe you. You said all that, but we don't believe you now. Next. You said it, but we don't believe you. You called Devin an email champion. That WBA strap you got right now was Devin's. You didn't fight him for it. How did you get it? See what I mean? All you got to do is point towards the facts. Copper, what up? Point towards the facts. He has a strap right now. Right now. And Shakur got another one. That's a unification bout right there. Why aren't they talking? Tank is an A-side. Why isn't he talking? He told that British dude, Shakur, yup. Devin Haney, yup. What happened? Lamont Roach, Jake Paul, and he's going to retire. Him and Al Haymon are going to retire. You called Devin an email champion, but you got his old belt. You ain't fight him for it. Isaiah, what up? That's an email, stupid. That's an email. This is why I don't deal with Tank Davis fanatics. This is why I don't deal with Tank Davis supporters, because they can articulate and sound good defending this kid, but know this now. All they're doing is running their numbers up. You're contributing to the dysfunction. You're not helping this kid. Because he was VADA tested. I didn't want to go there, but y'all said it. He's VADA tested, and all of a sudden, he can't knock out a 130-pound fighter. Lamont told Andre Ward, nah, he was too small. 1 second, y'all. Hold on. What from your lie this? Wait, hold on. Let me pull up your shit right now. Hold on. What the fuck is going on here? Let me see. And you was this morning? All right, let me go to your joint. Okay. Here in the comments. Hold on, y'all. for the when the actual old chat uploads, then I'll be able to see it. But you can go in your back office and you got to go down where you have people blocked, and his name will be in there. All you got to do is remove him. That's all you got to do. You know how to do that? Oh shit! All right, man. Let me finish this live. I'm gonna hit you back. All right. My bad, y'all. That was Tay Jones. Yeah. Delano says, "Come on, Drew. You're taking away from what Roach Tank is not on nothing, bro. I'm saying I don't know, bro. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask the audience a question. Did y'all think in a million years that a guy from 130 pounds would be standing in front of Tank and fighting him the way he did? Not in a million years. To beat Tank, I thought you would have to do what Frank Martin was doing until he got caught. Frank Martin was winning that fight, and he was looking good doing it until he ate that, and Tank got popped. That's it. I never said Tank is trash in the ring. I'm saying I need to see him fight his contemporaries. That's all I said. In a million years, I never thought. I said, why is he dragging up this 130 pound? I said, man, this is a knockout, man. Next. What is he doing next? I mean, man, fuck a Roach. He gonna step on him. That bell rang and Roach was in there. I said, man, he don't need to be there. Round 1. Round 2, I said, he's still there. Round 3, I'm like, wait a minute. Why is he still there and why is Tank walking backwards? Round 4, same thing. Round 5, I said, this is my round. This is where it happens. Boom! He takes a knee. Where he took the knee around 5 or 6, I forgot. But he started hitting him with jabs and fighting him in the pocket, exchanging with him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I didn't make a big stink of it, but you see people online saying, hey, man, that VADA testing, right? That VADA testing. Hold on, y'all. Everybody like to call me when I'm busy. Yeah, that's right, Jose. Roach came in hydrated. He came in hydrated. Tank couldn't pull no weight gains on with him. He drained Ryan Garcia, y'all. He drained Ryan Garcia. He drained him, y'all. He drained him. Roach came in, and all these guys that fight at these light weights, they walk around weights is usually 20, 25 pounds heavier. So he came in there. Hold on. He came in there. He didn't have to play no weight gains, and there was no clause on him. You can't come in this weight or whatever. He didn't have to put any trolls in his camp to break up his ribs. So Lamont on fight night during the stare down, I'm looking at his body. I said, shit. Lamont looked like he was like 140, 145 pounds. Did he not? He's the bigger guy. He was the bigger guy. And that's just what he told Ward, right? Now in this rematch, I'll be damned if he tell Lamont, man, you can't come in no heavier than 138. Then you know what time it is. The size was a problem for him. Now, it could be it. I'm just saying it's a weird coincidence that This guy, 130-pound fighter, was standing in the pocket with a power puncher from a guy that's a division north of him. And magically, all of a sudden, Tank looked like shit in comparison to all his other. Well, he loses a lot of rounds in his other fights. But magically, he couldn't get it done. Y'all didn't find that strange? I didn't find that strange. That was strange to me. That was so strange. I'm like, why is he there? Where's his power at? It was gone. It wasn't there. Nobody picked Roach to even stand in there to do that. And the only thing, well, one of the things I could suspect other than the weight thing, because that's another thing. Lamont Roach was not drained. Ryan Garcia was drained and had an injury to his ribs, courtesy of Cindy, the Mongolian kid or whatever he was. All right, and Frank Martin was drained. I called down there after the weigh-in, and yeah, he absolutely was drained. He absolutely was drained. So you got all that dumb shit going on. Right? Right. What am I to think? I'm not saying that was true or not. I'm just saying, what am I left to think? What am I left to think? It's a possibility. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it's a possibility. Could it be? Could it be? What? Could it be? You had VADA tested. Remember when he was asked, who's doing your testing? He said, oh no, it's not USADA, it's Baltimore. What? We knew it was VADA this time. And what happened? There was no knockout power there. He was getting hit upside his head. He took a knee. He looked like shit that fight. You know what? Actually, he looked normal. You know what you saw? You saw what everyone else has been seeing in the gyms when they were whooping his ass. You saw what Elijah Pierce saw. I got to call my brother, too. You saw what Elijah Pierce saw. You saw what Devin Haney saw. You saw what Floyd Mayweather already knew. Now you've finally seen what Lamont Roach already knew. Everybody been saying the same shit. You saw what Brian Norman saw. Everybody said the same shit. This kid is soft mentally. He's not what's advertised. And people can say that's impossible, but look at what he hasn't done. Look at what he hasn't done. He hasn't fought his contemporaries. He hasn't even beat up Teofimo Lopez. Come on, man. Come on, man. Teofimo Lopez was unified. One fight away from undisputed. Throws out Devin, right? How come Tank didn't step in and say, yo, let me get those 3 belts, man. I want that. He didn't even try. You know why? Because Teofimo got, who has better footwork? Teofimo Lopez or Hector Garcia? Teofimo Lopez or Ryan Garcia? Teofimo Lopez or Mario Barrios? See what I mean? Styles clash. Teofimo Lopez, Frank Martin, Devin Haney, Shakur, and Lomachenko have better footwork than Tank Davis. And there's your answer. Y'all go ahead and support this kid. Well, I'm not saying not to support him. You support what you want to support. Y'all go ahead and cap for this kid all you want. I know the truth. Y'all deal with it. I have a sneaky suspicion. I'm no guru or nothing, but I have a sneaky suspicion that after, if this fight gets announced, man, I need an announcement. I need tickets to go on sale. I got a weird feeling. Because, listen, they said the same shit. You know when they said, oh, man, he ain't talking no more. He ain't talking no more. He in the dungeon. He grew his beard out. He ain't playing. You know the last time I heard that? Tarver Jones too. Roy Jones went radio silent. I just saw like a picture. He was out jogging. He grew his beard out. He needed a haircut. He was looking grimy. And everyone said, yo, he gonna fuck Tarver up now. Last time, he lost all that weight after fighting John Ruiz, and he was too tired. Now, he's acclimated. He's back at 175, and everyone's like, yo, Tarver in trouble. And what happened? I'm getting those vibes now. I'm getting those vibes with this. Oh, no, you're going to get the real Tank now. What's the real Tank? That wasn't the real Tank last time? What was the problem last time? Grease? He didn't say I was having baby mama problems. He didn't say none of that. He didn't say, oh, baby mama. No. He ain't had no court issues, nothing. What was the problem? There was no problem. Roy ain't had no problems. He got reacclimated to the weight. He won the first round convincingly. After the first round, I said, man, this keeps up. Tarver's done by 5. Round 2. Roy ain't make it. Antonio was not playing with him. He ain't make it. I'm getting those vibes from it. And it's not that I'm a Tank a hater like that. No. I tell the truth on the kid. You can't call me a hater. I hate how he behaves like a black person. I hate how he behaves as a Muslim. But you want to keep it boxing? Let's keep it boxing. What's his problem? And everything I've been talking about with him, nobody talks about Canelo like that. Well, you know what? Let me not say nobody. Because there are people in his community that hold him accountable. But the same media that y'all turn to because it's therapeutic is the same media that's going to cut this nigga down. They're going to cut down Canelo like that. But I have seen them cut him down, though. But they're going to cut him down like that. They're gonna mash Tank. I mean, boot to ant. And after this Lamont Roach fight, I just got a sneaky suspicion. I'm no guru, but yo, y'all are gonna be on some.
Can I ask you what's going on? 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 Can I ask you what's going on?
I'm out. Let me get my day started, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to everyone in the Venmo, the Zelda Cash App, the Super Chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sneak a pep talk in here. Every time I say I'm going to do it, I be tired, y'all. I mean, I'm not going to hold you. I be tired. But I do got a lot of conversations. Lock into my Patreon. I got some stuff I'm about to upload there soon. And y'all stay focused. And y'all let me know when there's a date for this Roach rematch. And I want y'all to pay attention with the treatment. Canelo, everything I can say about Canelo's legacy, I can say about Tank and vice versa. But the treatment is going to be different. That was the point of this live stream. Canelo got some shit with him too. The main thing is he's a drug cheat. But how do you award a drug cheat? $400 million. Never forget, Sugar Kovalev assaulted Becky, kicked her dog. How's he awarded? A $12 million payday versus Canelo. Mel didn't even get that. I think he got 10 up front. Man, come on, bro. It's not the same. So the least you can do, Tank, is define your legacy. Because if you leave without fighting your contemporaries, they're going to drag you. And they're going to do their best to keep you out the Hall of Fame. And I ain't fighting for you. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.